Companies that sell products in bulk usually have more complex and long-term sales agreements with their customers. In SAP, sales agreements are referred to as quantity contracts. A quantity contract is typically made when a customer has committed to purchasing large quantities that are to be delivered in several smaller shipments over a certain period of time. Quantity contract can be used, for example, if a customer places an order of 1,000 units of an item and he or she wants the items to be delivered in 250 units every week over the next month. You can show quantity contracts from SAP in the SAP web store to your B2B customers and sales agents. A customer can log into the web store, go to the My Account page, and see all sales agreements available to him or her and create an order based on the agreements that the customer has with the merchant. The quantity contracts from SAP are shown to B2B customers and sales agents on the My Sales Agreements page. To show sales agreements to your B2B customers, in SAP Admin, go to Setup, Ordering and Checkout. On the Ordering tab, you must enable the option Sales Agreements. You can enable it and disable for B2B customers and sales agents. The customer can see all the details of each sales agreement. There, the customer can see the sales agreement terms. These are the lines of the sales agreement where the customer can see the products that are in the agreement and their quantity commitment, product prices and discounts that the customer will get based on the agreements with the merchant, and also remaining quantity, shipped, invoiced and released. All this information is taken from the quantity contract in SAP. The customer can apply the sales agreement and add the necessary products of the required quantity from the sales agreement to the shopping cart. In the shopping cart, the customer can see the agreement that has been applied and the agreement term for each sales line. The customer can remove, change, and view the details of the applied sales agreement directly in the shopping cart and change the agreement term for the sales line if there are different agreement terms for the same product. When the customer creates the order based on the sales agreement, SAP triggers all the terms and conditions of the sales agreement in SAP. The prices that are set for the quantity contract in SAP have higher priority and thus override other prices and discounts. When the customer applies the sales agreement, then the available agreement terms will be also shown on the product details page of the product from the sales agreement. In this case, the customer can also select the necessary agreement term on the product details page and add required quantity to the shopping cart. But the agreement term is shown on the product details page only when the customer applies the sales agreement. Customers can also combine the products from the sales agreements with those that do not relate to any agreement in one sales order. And now, let's take a look briefly at the quantity contract in SAP. At first, you should set up a price condition for quantity contracts. When a merchant and a customer make a contract, they agree on the prices. You have two options to set up agreement prices, either by changing the sales price of a material in the contract or by creating a separate price condition where you can set up discounts that will be used in the contract. These prices that the merchant and the customer agree on will override all other material prices. In the Web Store configuration window, you can open it from the main window of the SANA Commerce solution. In the Pricing and Payments area, you can assign the necessary price condition to the contract line discount SANA condition class. This condition is used for quantity contracts. Then, expand the Orders section and map the contract document type to the required SAP sales document type. Here you can see that the contract document type which is used in SANA for sales agreements is mapped to the quantity contract sales document type in SAP. And now let's call the transaction code VA41 to create a quantity contract. Here, in the Contact Type field, select Quantity Contract and enter organization data if necessary. In the Sold to Party field, enter the customer number of the sold to party. This is the customer with whom you have sales agreements defined in the quantity contract and to whom the materials will be shipped. When you enter the customer number, SAP will retrieve information about this customer. In the fields Valid From and Valid To, specify the validity period of a quantity contract. Then enter materials and their target quantities. You should create a separate line for each sales agreement you have with your customer. For example, if your customer wants 1000 units of a product split out equally between 4 weeks, you would enter 4 separate lines of 250 units each. You can fill in all other fields of the quantity contract the way you need and save it. When a customer creates a sales order based on the sales agreements that he or she has with the merchant, it will contain all the lines from the quantity contract. When a customer creates a sales order based on the sales agreements that he or she has with the merchant, it will contain all the lines from the quantity contract. In SAP, there is a reference between the sales order and the quantity contract from which it has been created. In the document flow of the sales order in SAP, you can see from which quantity contract it has been created. When the sales order is delivered and invoiced in SAP, the remaining released, delivered, and invoiced quantities will be updated in the sales agreement's details. Thus, a customer can always see the up-to-date information of his or her sales agreement in the SANA Web Store. When all agreements stated in the quantity contract are completely fulfilled by the customer, the quantity contract will be closed and the customer will not be able to create another order based on the quantity contract. More detailed information about quantity contracts in SAP you can read on the SANA help site.